good, y'all? It's the Demouchet REACT, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. So excited about this video. If you're new to us
and we're new to you,
make sure you scroll down,
hit that subscribe button,
and turn on the post notification bell
because we're on the road to 200K.
And we cannot get there without you guys, all right? Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Let's get it.
I was driving and thinking about this, and I wanted to share these cultural differences between America and South Africa before I forget. One of the main things that I cannot get over is people don't invite you into their house here in a hurry. Like another South African friend I have, she'll invite you into the house. But I've been to another South African's house, and they did not invite me inside the house while I waited in the car for them while they got ready. And I'm like, huh, that's very un-South African. But I do know Americans don't invite you in their house in a hurry. They will make you sit and wait in your car while they continue to get ready. Let's just say they're running late. I showed up a bit earlier, 5 minutes earlier. I will sit in the car and wait, and there'll be no inviting inside the house. That's not an American thing. You don't just invite people in your house. You make them wait outside in their car. And it's very weird to me. Us South Africans, we're like, come inside, come have a cup of coffee, I'm still getting ready, or can I get you anything? You make sure they're comfortable inside your house, and then you carry on doing your thing and you try and get ready. Not leave them outside your house. But anyways, that's weird for me. Another thing is the education system in this country continues to shock me. I am seriously worried about the future of America if this is how the education system works. Kids are allowed to pass the grade even if they failed the grade. You know what I mean? Like, they can get F's in every single class and still make it to the next grade. Up until 8th grade, that happens, by the way. And if you have an IEP, which is an individualized educational program because you have behavioral issues and you just can't focus in school, you have an IEP for life. So you're going through your entire life scraping by, as in getting F's in every single class, and you still get to pass high school. You still get your graduate high school on your IEP. How unfair is that to the kids without an IEP that might have certain behavioral issues, but their parents never got them evaluated? Now they're stuck trying to scramble, try to get good grades to pass high school, while the IEP students just go straight past high school, straight into everything else. Never mind that. Up until 9th grade, your grades don't count at all in school. As in, you can hustle and get an A, but the person that's getting an F still gets to go with you to the next grade. They don't make sure that person knows everything in this grade to move them to the next grade. They just keep passing them along based on age and based on feelings for these kids. There's no structure, no discipline, no accountability or anything. And I've asked 3 of the students this: do you think you'd have been better off if you had known what you were doing in 6th grade before they moved you to 7th, known what you're doing in 7th before you moved to 8th, instead of taking you from 6th grade? You didn't know anything in 6th grade. You didn't pass 6th grade. Now you find yourself in 8th grade because they keep moving you along. Would you have been better off? And all 3 of them had a confident yes. I would have rather been held back in school and understand my grade than be moved on to the next level. So this is mind-boggling to me. Never mind that behavioral issue kids in schools here. Schools get more funding if you have behavioral issue kids here.
Speak on it.
And what's that doing to the teachers and the rest of the students? These behavioral issue kids act out daily. They get sent to the office. They disrupt the class. They slam on their Chromebooks. They make sounds, loud sounds in class, disrupting. She has to, like, these teachers have to interrupt their classes like 5, 6, 7 times in one lesson just to see to the behavioral issue kids, which I'm supposed to be helping with. But when I'm telling them to stop, she's telling them, or they're telling them to stop, and none of them are stopping. What do? You get to send them on a pass to go relax in a beautiful pink room or a nice little space where they can shut down and play on their Chromebooks, talk to everyone. They don't have to be held accountable to be in the lesson, and they use that as an escape to get out of class and go sit somewhere else. So let me misbehave and let me go sit somewhere else and go have a free period instead of actually being in class and learning anything. I'm going to pass anyways and go to the next grade. Lord. So these are like crazy things. Here's another cultural difference thing today. I was laughing, right?
Okay, pause, because I'm going to
talk about my accent.
Okay, so she spoke on being let in the house and the schools. I want to talk about the schools first. Okay, so for the schools, each state is different. Each state has their own educational system, their policies, things like that. But I do remember we are of the era where you could not get passed because No Child Left Behind. That's what it's called. President Bush created that.
Oh no.
Yeah, No Child Left Behind, where they passed them along. But high school, that was one thing where she was kind of wrong. At high school, they're not going to play with you starting in the 9th grade. You got to pass your classes. to be passed to the next grade. They're gonna hold you back. But we are of the era where they actually held us back.
Yeah.
If you did not pass your annual exams, if you was not learning the material, if you cut up all school year, you're being held back. IEP is not just for behavioral issues. It's for children who have dyslexia issues, autism, not focusing, not grasping the concepts. Because of the pandemic, they had a lot of students who, you know, they were learning at home, so they was not really getting the basics of what they needed. A lot of those students are on the IEP program. That's what I want to say about that. You have anything to say about that?
Other than being held back by one point. So it's a real thing. When they come from that era where I was confused. So how in the world are you going to stop me from going to my high school class? With my high school class. And hold me back another year because of one point. Mind you, I was making good grades.
And that was 8th grade.
This is my 8th grade year. And I was confused behind that. So that's crazy. And another thing when it comes to like the housing, South Africans are like that. They want you inside. They want to get you right. They want to feed you and love on you. Even if, whatever it is they're doing. And here I think it's just by choice. Like people would rarely
trust people easily.
It's not even just that. I just think we don't think into it. It's like, yo, all right, you pulled up. All right, give me about 5 minutes. Boom. Whoever it is,
I'm gonna come downstairs.
and I'm gonna come down. I'm gonna come by you. Boom.
Yeah, I think we have received countless inquiries of people wanting to host us in their homes, like saying, "No, you don't need a hotel. You don't need an Airbnb. Come here. I will host you and your family." And at first, we just thought that it was just people saying, "I'll host you," or you know, like maybe like a party. But we didn't realize that these people were really serious. You know, like, and us being Americans, like, oh, okay, we're gonna get our own Airbnb. You know, we can meet us up here. You know, so that was very different. South Africans are very welcoming people. Us being from the south of the U.S., we think we're hospitable. No. No. We have Southern hospitality, okay, to a fault.
Bruh.
But South Africans are very, very welcoming. Now,
Great experience.
Now, if it's a friend, I'll be like, girl, get out. Girl, I still got to do my hair. But if it's somebody that, you know, I'm getting to know, you're going to sit in the car, baby. Okay?
I'm here. And I said my daughter's been debating me on the by accident or on accident. My daughter started saying, oh, I did it on accident. I'm like, no, baby, it's by accident. She's like, no, it's on accident. So I was sitting with some literacy teachers today, and they decided to look it up because I told them about this debate between my daughter and I. They found out it's by accident. So here's the cultural difference, is that they were even shocked that their whole lives they've been saying on accident.
Wait, because we do say on accident.
I think I switch it. On
Really?
and by, yeah.
So which one is personal? Because I hear whenever you say it, for either one, it sounds like it was a choice. By accident is like on accident.
Yeah, that's the one we gravitate to more, on accident.
Yeah, I never ran with by accident. Unless it depends on how I'm using it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's by accident. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That right there, that glass on the floor, somebody broke that by accident.
All right, I'll just say
Like,
it was an accident.
On accident sounds more, I don't know.
I think we do gravitate to it.
I don't know, that's a different one. I didn't expect her to use that. Okay.
Look them that, but it's actually by accident. So these are like cultural things that I'm finding very difficult to adjust to. It's crazy. And the communication, the lack of communication. You're supposed to help a kid, but then you don't help a kid. And if you don't help the kid, you get an email saying you're not helping enough. And then you help them too much, you get an email saying you're helping them too much. Like, as far as I know, as a South African, I'm supposed to be kind to people. We love children. We take care of children. We help them and guide them in every way possible. And no matter what it takes, you make sure that they learn something. But no, apparently if they refuse to learn something, you just leave them alone here. You let them be, play basketball, pick their noses. I don't know. You just let them be. So just wanted to tell you guys a few of those. If you have any more questions on these, please go ahead and ask. But I'm in darkness right now because my garage light went off. Goodbye.
Hi. Hi. And how are you? I'm good. And how are you? Yes.
Cool.
Some weather we're having, huh? Oh, and it is nice in the bird.
She's tired of it.
Yo.
When I tell you, dust is something I'll never get used to in America. It's cold, guys. Look at. But we must now stay in like this and gooi petrol.
And he had to click on that though.
Right, that's what we pause.
Yeah,
That's what we
what
usually do.
They have the clip on that. Where you clip it, you get back in the car, and the guys keep pumping until they hit that little,
until it's full. Then you go back out and you put it on the thing.
I would have went to another pump then. That's the case.
You know, to say that we are a country of convenience, why did that phase out? We need the attendance at the gas pump.
I think it's. Here's the thing. It was there at one point.
Right. That's why I'm like, why?
History shows that we had people pulling up, and then you sit in the car and they would come pump it for you. Hey, my brother, let me get this on this pump real quick. They did you right. Wow.
I don't know why we don't have it no more.
Hey y'all, so this is gonna be part 3 of cultural shocks, differences coming to the US from South Africa. So another thing would be the clothes. It's very easy to get African attire. Yeah, I know it sounds weird. They praise African culture, but they don't accept it. And just read between the lines. Their descendants, their ancestors come from Africa, but they don't. So they will admire it, praise it, but call you out when you bring out your African ways and like be negative to you on that. So they will accept.
Pause.
And
wait, she's talking about the people in South Africa?
No, in the
United people that come from
in the United States.
People in the United States.
She said we praise the clothes or praise them, but not the people. I feel like with age come wisdom.
That's a good way to say that.
Where we're from, where we from, we see people from everywhere. So it's like.
Here's the thing. We can go with this one. Very simple. In history, woman was told to put wraps around their head. As in African culture, you're supposed to wear wraps around your head in the extent to whatever this your culture is, your tribe or whatnot. And then without even people realizing it, that's a big relationship. So what she's saying is, woman, I'm just using this as an example, right? Will wrap their heads.
That's our law. It was against the law for us to wear our regular hair in Louisiana, specifically New Orleans. And
then in long term, they'll wrap their hair. But as she's saying, it's like, but they would denounce the fact that, oh, this is a relationship to Africa. I love wearing it. I'll rock the different patterns, but I'm not going to rock. I don't find that to be as truthful as it's being displayed.
Right.
And like you said, with wisdom, knowing of it, with age comes wisdom. And once you know more, then you understand why you do what you do and why things look the way they look.
Right. Like, I think a prime example is our parents' generation, right? Of how they really feel towards anyone from Africa. They look at y'all as a person. You know, and it also depends on where you're from, right? We're from Louisiana. We have, our culture supersedes any other person who come in Louisiana. In Louisiana, what you hear the first time, Cajuns, Creoles, and everybody else after. Okay? Now, if you're in a place like New York where, you know, they have a lot of different cultures there, it may be different. But, I don't know, it's like that just always kind of, it's generalizing us as Americans. You know, and also what I have learned is that, I don't know how to really frame that, but when people first learned that we were interested in going to the countries of Africa, they told us to connect with other Americans who are there. And we was like, why would we want to do that? But what I have learned is that when different, I don't want to, you know, pick apart people, but when different Africans, like, I don't want to say the countries, but different Africans, like all of the countries, when they travel places, they look to connect with people who are from where they're from. And so that's why I'm like, oh, okay, so now I understand it. But it's like for us, I'm not traveling somewhere to go connect with somebody from the United States. I'm not. Now, if we do, that's fine. But
yeah, especially if your first trip there. I get exactly what you're saying. Because people will come to the United States, and depending on what country they're from, they're looking for that group of people. To be honest, truthfully, I don't really see, because even whenever I do speak to people and I hear the accent of their location, because I'm now knowledgeable of these different countries, I can kind of tell that person where they're from, but I create the conversation first, and they shy away because they don't see me to think that I would know the information or care to even want to know where they're from. So they're more shocked to hear me ask the question and not ask for the services that whatever it is they're doing on the job. So I get exactly what you're saying, but I wouldn't want to go to another country and then look for me. I'm trying to learn y'all. Y'all are the importance to why I'm here. The culture, the food, the history, everything about it.
Connecting with the people. Prime example is creators. When creators from different countries come to the United States, what I expect as a viewer would be for them to connect with people who are from that place. Regardless if it's first generation, second generation, I'm expecting for them to learn from Americans, connect with Americans, but it's not that, and I'm noticing that. So I don't know, that comment kind of is generalized. One bad apple shouldn't,
But not the entirety of your well-being. Yeah, okay, that's another topic of its own. Yeah, that's one thing. Water, guys, you need to drink water out of a bottle. The water is very dirty. Back at home, I can drink water anyway. Outside, kitchen, bathroom. Okay, you're not supposed to, but you get the point. Like, water's clean. You can drink water literally from anyway. Another thing, the sun is different. Like, the sun here will hurt your skin. The air is different. The air here will mess up your skin. It did for me. And then the food's also different. My body, wherever I move to, needs to adjust to the food, the diet, and the place, because everybody cooks their food differently and so forth. Academics is easy. Like, it's literally like grade 8, 9. Like, it's taking me 3-4 years back. You just need to be consistent, show up and do things on time. Yeah, another thing would be like, an essay where you're like, okay, once every 3 months or once a month or there's a specific time you want to buy clothes. In America, after you get paid, you can go get your things. Like, because the work culture is pushed, whenever you have your money, you can just go and do what you need to do. Like, very much freely. People here are very, very difficult to interact with. Like, just someone saying, hey, it's hard.
Where's she at?
Like, imagine, hey, you have to like drag the life out of someone to be like, oh, hey, how you doing? And it's like difficult trying to start that, and then people say too friendly, then people just flip the whole script. Like, the thing of you coming in nice and them taking it the wrong way.
It sounds like she's
so much. No, I just keep quiet and I do what I need to do. I get out the way. And I've been actually told from South Africans I'm a really calm colored, so I was like,
She having an all-around bad experience.
Jeez, man. That was hard to kind of listen to.
It sounds like she's like, I don't know if it's high school or college, like the beginning of college. I don't know where she at. Sister is having a bad experience. Okay, let us know where she at. We may, take her out and
I think
bring us to some good places.
I think we'll have to show her the food first, because she's talking about the diets, and we went there and we ate the first time and we was like, okay, give me more.
Right.
Please, I need more. So I'm a little kind of off.
I don't know. She just sounds like she's just having a bad experience here.
She said it all with a smile.
She did.
That's a good thing.
Okay, I know I'm not the only South African going crazy about this, but guys, I don't like dishwashers.
Us either.
I've given them a chance, and out of all the dishwashers I've experienced in America, there's only one I've trusted. Only one. So I don't know if that means that you need a really, really good dishwasher, but the first time I was here, didn't like them, never used them. Actually, none of my roommates, which were all international girls, none of my roommates liked using dishwashers because, first of all, it's either you'll wash the dishes and you gotta check them, some of them aren't clean, or you wash the dishes thinking you turned on the machine and you come back and this thing is not even washed. It's too much admin, and I think I'm gonna just stick to washing the dishes with my hands. Because it's like guaranteed cleanliness and guaranteed that it's actually washed. Because I hate coming back an hour later at the end of the day, the dishes aren't washed. I don't know if I'm just not good at turning it on, but even if I do turn it on, now I need to go inspect every single utensil and plate to make sure it's clean.
You're going to eventually wash it before you eat it anyway.
Pause.
So basically, it's my first week at this school that I'm working at.
There we go.
We don't know how to use a dishwasher.
Well, I ain't gonna say we don't know how. We just don't. It's a button.
I don't know how to do it.
I really look at them like washing and dryers.
Yeah.
Like they take about the same amount of water.
I feel like in a way, you know, being beat in your head, wash them dishes. I grew up washing dishes by hand. You know, in my adult life, I'm washing dishes by hand.
No yellow gloves, no nothing. We're talking about hands. Right, we get into it. And it sounds crazy to even say it out loud, but all people still washing their dishes.
No, they're using dishwashers. I don't know how to do it. I have no care to learn.
What about that greasy food? The dishwasher gonna knock off that residue?
I don't know.
Plates and cups that have like little...
I don't know. I mean, it looked easier. It probably would take off so much of my time. But I need to know that it's clean the first time.
Well, growing up, washing dishes, fast food restaurants, we didn't have no dishwasher, washing dishes, and that water's hot, so it's steaming, right? We're trying to really get the whoever mouth off that fork. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, so I hope y'all still scrubbing them things, get between them whistles,
for real,
them grooves and stuff.
Excited about meeting the kids, you know, just excited about this new venture that I'm getting into, right? Getting back into teaching, right? So, very multiracial classroom, you know, a couple of Asians, some Mexican, black, white, you know, you name it. So, coming in the middle of the summer, they are busy with summer camps, and the theme for the week is countries of the world. Okay, fine. Me, I'm like, okay, I'm going to kind of like learn my students with this theme, you know, kind of like figure out where they're coming from or what do they know about countries of the world. So there I am asking questions about, you know, where do your parents come from or where do your grandparents come from, right? Most students, yes, you know, they are the first generation of students to be born in America. So obviously meaning that, you know, their parents are, you know, immigrants or their grandparents are immigrants. So each and everyone is telling me, I'm going around the classroom, okay, where do your parents come from? Where do your parents come from? Obviously they start naming the countries that their families are coming from. Brazil, you know, China, Mexico, India, you know. So I had a variety of flags that we were going to paint in terms of, you know, the students' countries of where their parents came from. Okay, sharp, fine. You know, then we painted the flags. Okay. How? The next morning, not for this Asian, one of my kids' parents to come and tell me, how dare I paint a Chinese flag? How? How dare I make, you know, their child paint a Chinese flag? Okay, now at this point I'm standing here confused. I was like, but how did I get it wrong? Because I asked each and every, you know, individual student where they came from, you know, where they came from or where their parents came from. And this particular child did say to me that her parents were from China, guys. Only to find out, Hore, the girl was Mongolian. The girl was Mongolian. You know, the dad, absolutely not happy, doesn't speak English, so he had brought somebody to come and translate her. Where did I come from, Nje? That come, you know, I'm new, and then the next thing I'm painting wrong flags for... Guys. Yo, there is me standing over there, you know, out of words. I don't even know what to say at this point. You know, apologizing, you know, profusely, like, you know, I am so sorry. It really was an honest mistake. I really, really apologize. You know, this is something that will, you know, never happen again. This sort of confusion will never happen again. Okay, fine. We close that situation. So there is me thinking, okay, this girl looks Asian. You know, guys, when I say Asians, I mean Chinese, Japanese, whether you're from Singapore or whether you're from, you know, any country in Asia. Not to me, you look alike. Like, I cannot differentiate between a Chinese and a Mongolian, or a Chinese and a Japanese, or a Chinese and a person from... I cannot differentiate because they look alike. They all have the same feature in the face, you know. So there I was in that evening trying to see if I can Google a little bit about Mongolia and see how I can rectify my mistake, you know, learn the flag and go and repaint it with this child, the Mongolian flag, which has now had to be the red, the blue, and the red. Whereas previously she painted the Chinese, which was the red and then the yellow, the yellow stars, you know. Anyway, going deep into the conversation, realizing that, you know, at the time when I started working, it was really in the depth, you know, the core bargaining war between the Ukraine and Chinese, and because Mongolia had relationships with both, you know, Chinese and Ukraine, you know, in terms of trade, they were kind of like in a difficult situation. You know, they did not know which country to stand for. You know, when Russia was when Russia was in war with Ukraine. So at this point in J, it was just one of those, you know, Mongolia is just not happy with China supporting Russia, you know, so hence this anger of their child painting the Chinese flag at that moment where, you know, they felt the war was wrong and why is China's... Guys, there is me going to the Dollar Tree shop, going to go and buy balloons, you know, for to apologize to the family, barking a box of chocolates, and then going back the next morning and repainting the Mongolian flag. Yeah, when I tell you about the cultural shock, that's when I had to learn what. Hey, before I do anything, I need to do proper investigation, research.
No, 100%. Make sure you guys go check them out, man. We're gonna stop it right there. She caught me off guard. I thought she was going to say that the child was, the parents wanted them to put like American flag instead of their actual country because they're in America now. That's what I read.
That's what I thought she was going to say too. Child.
Yeah, that's what I
she started talking about the war. I'm like, oh, child.
Yeah.
She's still employed at that school.
I think what's best to happen though, these are children. They're not going to be 1,000% with their responses. Like, bring that paperwork home and have them, their parents help them, and then bring it back to school so she can see what flags they're preferred to use.
Right. Because, woo, child.
That boy probably principal and everything.
Exactly. That's why I'm like, that's why when she first started saying it, she was like, most of her students were first generation Americans. And I'm like, most? Where is she? Like, it sounds like she's somewhere up north or something. Because down south, most is not going to be first generation.
Right.
Woo,
at that
child.
age right there. So
She stressed me out. I just knew she was gonna have a story where they told her to pack up her bags.
Yeah, we're gonna need you to move your box out. That's a wrap for you.
All right, y'all. We hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Be sure to subscribe. We'll see you soon.
Peace.